Okay, welcome YouTube. September 30th, 2017, EverGreenCoin Community Meeting and Hangout. Let me just, 1 second here, get this stuff. Okay, and on the call, we have Alberto, we have Bo, we have James joining us today, and we have Tiger Joe, who's coming to us from his car. And of course, we have me. So okay, let's start off. I always start off with the price first. Let me share screens real quick here. And bring up the price. As I'm sure many of you know, it's been a very eventful week for price, especially the past 48 hours or so. We're sitting at about 26 cents right now. So yeah, things have been going very good for the price there. So I'm sure a lot of the community is very excited about that. Of course, I'm very excited to see the community profiting and of course happy. So and of course, anytime we have a pump like this, or I mean, I'm not even sure if this is a pump because the price seems to be holding pretty well, above 6,000 Satoshi right now. But of course, anytime we have some activity like this, it brings new eyes to our project. So you know, I do try to make everyone new eyes understand that what the ideals behind EverGreenCoin are. You know, cryptocurrency is an amazing technology and can be very profitable. The idea of EverGreenCoin is using some of that profit to do good things for our environment and our world, in a nutshell. So, and I guess on that note, the water well we're building in Bangladesh, I mentioned, I believe it was the prior last weekend's meeting, I mentioned I reached out to them to get an update. They had some flooding in that area. A lot of lives were lost, so it was, I know, very sad to hear of all that. But I did want to get an update or to figure out if how bad that impact would set back the building of our well. They did finally get back to me. No, that area wasn't specifically affected, directly affected, but areas around it were affected. Some of their people did have to go to. It did make changes to their plans, and it did impact their business, not directly our well. It didn't do anything that would necessarily stop or prevent our well from going forward. But it did, of course, slow things down a little bit. But things are proceeding. So that's good news there. Ground has not broken yet, but they have promised me to get some pictures when the ground is broken. So, of course, I'll relay that information to the community as soon as I could, or as soon as I get that information, of course. So, so that's very good. Okay, so let's see what else. Today, I'd like to show you guys a few different things, and I'll go ahead and jump into the technical sides of things. The solar staker. I know all of you are very interested into the developments here. On my screen now, I have the interface from a solar staker running on a chip for me here. At my, you know, from me, this is a chip that's running solar, and this interface is running on it. If you can see in my address bar, this is a local IP address that it's running on. And I did just get the interface working last night on it. Of course, thank you, Mike, for all the work that he's put into this. It looks very, very professional, very, very nice. Uh, and has all the functions that you might be familiar with from a desktop wallet: sending, receiving, transactions, address book, and explorer. Um, so he's done a lot of work on this. He's done an awesome job, really. And I have got feedback from the community of how well this does look. Uh, he's done an absolutely fabulous job. So can't thank Mike enough for that. So Mike, hats off whenever you see this. Thank you so much. So this is just running locally. I sent a faucet payout to this chip last night when I did the faucet payout. So that's what you see here, and you see in the overview page here too. So I know you guys have seen this interface. I'm just showing you it running on one of my local chips. In the past, you've only seen it running on one of Mike's chips in the UK. So I just wanted to update you guys on that and show that to you. So again, awesome job, Mike. Thank you so much. Okay, so moving on. EverGreenCoin version 1.7. As I've mentioned, that's going to have some improvements that I'm very excited about. That for charity staking. Or for Stake for Charity, where we're going to have an interface that a drop down menu basically. Here we go. I'm sorry, I should be showing this to you. Here I can demonstrate for you. Okay, so you have this drop down on the Staking for Charity dialog here. You'll always be able to manually enter an address. You'll always have that option to put in something that you want, you know. That'll always be there for you, of course. And I'll always have the foundation available. Now, this wallet's running on testnet, so this isn't the true foundation address. This is the testnet foundation address. So I just want to clarify, anyone, if you don't recognize that address, it's because it's testnet. Okay, so then after that, this drop down gets populated with information from our web server. This charity, for example, you won't be able to modify, and the same thing for the foundation or any of these ones you select. You can't modify the address, and you can't, you know, this is all disabled. You can't modify it. If you need to if you want to use a different address or modify, you have to have it on manual address entry. Then you can enter an address. But any other address that you select, you won't be able to modify it, of course. So what comes from the web server? Let me show you that real quick. 1 second. It calls up this JSON file from our web server and has the charities in here. Now, this can have up to, the way I'm building it is there'll be 100 maximum. I think 100 is more than enough. And once we, you know, if there's 100 in this drop down, obviously that's going to be pretty hard to navigate through. I think 100 is a very, very safe number to use. I doubt we'll have 100. It will become very cumbersome for people if there's many more than that. So there will be a limit of 100, but that's a limit we should never get close to, I don't believe. Okay, so I want to make a demonstration of this actually pulling down the information from the web server. I want to show you guys that yes, it is actually doing what I'm telling you it is. So I'll just make some modifications. This is my local copy of this charities.json file. So let's see. I can just real quick. Let me just put in some some modifications to the file just to demonstrate for you guys. So 1 second while I do that real quick. Hey Bo, can you give me something random? Just any numbers, I don't care what it is, just so everyone knows that it's not something I've staged.
How many numbers?
Anything. Just throw me some numbers.
7, 8, 14, 12.
7, 8. Okay, cool. Thank you. I just want to demonstrate that this isn't something I've staged or any other thing. So, okay, so I've saved the file, and I'm going to move that file up to our web server here right now. Okay, and then I'll go back to my development environment here. And if because it hasn't refreshed, I haven't got the data yet, so you don't see that information showing up here yet. And let me refresh charities. I got some debug things going on here where it's showing me that it's doing some things, but this is just debug type things. And you can see right there in the thank you text, I call it the thank you text, and there's the numbers Bo just shot at me showing up in the wallet. So just to demonstrate it does work live and everything for you guys, just to prove. I doubt anyone thinks I'm doing anything shady, but I just want to remove any doubt. So I guess what I have left to do, there is a little bit of logic that I have that it needs to do. Thinking this through, what I needed to do is verify that if you were staking, for example, this address that's in this dialog box here, if you were staking for that and that address changed, when you refreshed, I'd like to make that more evident to the person. The reason being, I guess, is if a charity needed to change address, or update an address for some reason, for example, they needed to move to a different wallet or something, I just would like to put in some visual cue to let people know that you are actually staking for the same charity, but you're staking to a different address. So there is some corner cases, if you will, of some logic that I have to build into this still yet. But the root of it, or the core function of it, is working. I might have some polishing to do as far as how it looks and everything, but as you can see, it does function. So just wanted to show you guys that today.
It's like we got a radio on the top.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is that? Oh, yeah.
He's ignored.
Yeah. Bo, please don't welcome those people.
Here goes that link.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
I really like them. I like them a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice you got out of your car there, Joe. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm finna get back in and go back across town, but I just want to see that real quick.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, that was odd. Alright, what else can I go over here? Oh, yes, one other big development that's going on here that I've been working on is this company. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta share screens. I'm getting some mad feedback. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway. Oh, I need to share screens. Okay, so Solid Rain. This is a French company, and this product is you add it to the soil around a plant, and it holds in the moisture. Um, it's a French company, so all this information is in French. Uh, we are working on getting some English translations of this together, and what we'll be doing is selling this on the EverGreenCoin marketplace. Um, the owner of Solid Rain has agreed that any proceeds, or 50% of the proceeds, will be donated to the EverGreenCoin Foundation. This is all recent developments happening the last few days here. So details are still being worked out, but I can tell you right now, it is leading to it will be leading to bigger things. This is just the tip of an iceberg that I'm ready to publicly announce now, and we'll be adding to the marketplace this weekend, most likely this weekend anyway, so long as there isn't any hiccups we run into, but I don't foresee any of that. I think we have it all squared away now. So this will be being added to the marketplace here very soon. Where
Are there going to be updates about like restricting certain areas that we can ship to, or just taking EverGreenCoin only?
Yeah, that that will take some work. Specifically, they accept EverGreenCoin only. In the past, or up to this point anyway, what we have done is make sure it's clearly stated that we only intend to accept EverGreenCoin. And if that's our intention, I mean, and I know Joe's asking this because he sold a product on there to someone in Spain or something, that the shipping cost was going to be a lot more than what the product costed or anything like that. Which I did cover those shipping costs for him, just so we could go ahead and ship it to the person. But yes, I do realize that that's kind of a hurdle right now. And I will spend some time on making sure we can dictate the shipping and EverGreenCoin only, accepting EverGreenCoin only, and rejecting a purchase if someone tries to purchase with something else. So yes, Joe, to answer your question, yeah, I do realize it is a bit of a problem with the marketplace right now, and it does need attention. But we could have, Joe, refunded that purchase also. I just decided to go ahead and give you the money to pay for the shipping and everything, just to make it easier for everyone, just so the person was able to get what they ordered from you, and you didn't have to lose money on the deal or anything. So yes, Joe, I know that does need attention. Yes, and I will do so.
Do we have anybody? Do we have anybody on the? Have you looked at the marketplace in Cryptopia?
I have previously, yes.
Do we know anybody over there, like, that deals on the inside, that could probably give us assistance with our system?
Yeah, see, the Cryptopia site is completely custom code. Where there's and our site is a WordPress site. Um, and Cryptopia, I do know they have some issues with their custom code. So please don't get the impression that their code is perfect either. But I see your point. I doubt they would be able to help us with our problem though. And to be honest, I doubt they would, even if they could. Not to bad talk Cryptopia, but they have their own marketplace to worry about, So I very seriously doubt, even if they could help us, would they? Not to bad talk Cryptopia at all. It's they're very good people, and their exchange is very good. But unfortunately, no, they wouldn't have the answer for us or a solution for us. Uh, and I'm not sure how eager they would be to help us, even if they were in a position that they could. Not to bad talk them again. But I see your point. I do see your point, Joe. Yes. But I do believe there I should be able to find some clues with WordPress on doing something. Uh, it shouldn't be we shouldn't be the first ones wanting something like this. So I should be able to find some documentation of people that have at least tried to do similar. Certainly the shipping, I would think. But see, we don't even have all the shipping stuff perfectly set up in the past and up to this point. Um, I've always just gone along with the idea of shipping's included in the product or in the sale of the product. But I do realize that's gonna be a problem, uh, and probably for even possibly even solid rain, it might be a problem. So with that in mind, I should work on that stuff immediately, actually. So I will be doing so. So yeah, Joe, I'll pick that up immediately. Really, I promise you. Okay. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up because solid rain's going to need that too. Uh, so yeah, I'll get busy on that. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah, so if for the purpose of the recording, we can see a good shot of Joe's sticker in the back of his car here. He's got an EverGreenCoin sticker. Oh, am I sharing screens? No, I don't need to share screen right now. Right.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and that's the link Joe gave us here. We might be getting some more of those, possibly selling some of these in the marketplace also. So that's awesome. And we'll share some pictures. Either Joe or I will share some pictures in the Facebook group and probably in the Bitcoin Talk thread and maybe on the website also. So uh, that's absolutely awesome. I have to get one for my car. Yeah.
A word of a word of advice: if you got tinted windows, don't get clear because it doesn't show up as well as the regular ones.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Right. Hmm. Okay. Well, I might have to talk to you off the recording later after you're done with work and everything uh, about that some more. But we'll pick that up sidebar or whatever. Okay. Let's see. I think I've got everything on my list here discussed. Let me just go over my list from the last meeting and make sure there wasn't something I was supposed to follow up on that I had not yet. Yeah, the water well, I told you guys that is proceeding. I updated you guys on that. 1.7, the solar staker. Um, let's see. Yeah, and the Great Green Wall of Africa. Let's see. And that is the same gentleman that is doing the Solid Rain with us. So keep your eyes open for more announcements about the Great Green Wall of Africa. And we do have other things brewing that are not public, that I can't make public yet, uh, just because I want to make sure before I make I don't want to raise any false expectation or anything, so I want to make sure that everything will be going through with these other developments before making any public announcement about them or anything. Um, but the Solid Rain, that is public. That is public. Obviously, I'm putting it in the recording, uh, and that will be done very soon here. So, and of course, you'll be hearing more about that on all the various outlets. Twitter, Facebook, Bitcoin Talk, and our website. Of course, I'll be getting that information out. So, and I think that will do. That probably will do great things for the price. As far as anytime with cryptocurrency, anytime you can bring them into the real world, if you will, or any products being sold consistently type thing, it does help stabilize prices. So there is a very good argument of the benefit just in that manner. Of course, it will impact demand as people will want to get more EverGreenCoin to purchase Solid Rain with. So, um, kind of very excited about the developments working with with this gentleman in France. So, good things coming here, guys. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to get into? Oh, I'm sorry. I've completely forgot to go back over this, James. With IEO, increased economic opportunities, and James in Pennsylvania here, which we've been discussing at the previous meetings. Um, let's see. I guess to recap our latest, my latest idea, which James is okay with. Um, he's about $1,500 short from having 100% growth every quarter, um, which is a very ambitious. I mean, that's awesome for him to be making that type of growth with his business with IEO. Uh, what James and I were talking about prior to the recording starting was um, EverGreenCoin doing a crowdfund and helping him reach that goal of 100% growth this quarter. And in exchange for that, the EverGreenCoin Foundation would be getting founding shares of IEO. Uh, I do think we'll be able to raise $1,500 pretty easily, especially given the profits that the community members should be realizing or should be making right now. Uh, so I do think we'll be able to help him reach that goal, and in return, uh, get these founding shares for the EverGreenCoin Foundation. And just to get in the recording, I know I'm repeating. James has been doing a lot of outreach with his business, and he has, in doing so, he is evangelizing EverGreenCoin with businesses and community there in Pennsylvania. So of course that's greatly appreciated. I know everyone on this call has done. I mean, Joe's driving around evangelizing right now with this sticker on his car. And I know Bo's done amazing things to help evangelizing EverGreenCoin, spreading the word of EverGreenCoin. So obviously that's greatly appreciated as we bring in more and more people, more and more ideas, more and more hands. That's really how EverGreenCoin is going to grow and become this gigantic organization of good things that that I intend it to be. And you can already see that taking root, if you will. So that's awesome to see. So thank you, James, for the the outreach and everything there. If there's more that you want to get in the recording, James, for the EverGreenCoin community, for the EverGreenCoin community, I have done a lot of research. On IEO, I have got to know the other shareholders. I personally own just a very small shareholding right now. I did purchase that so I could feel it out basically for the EverGreenCoin community. Of course, James, take no offense in this, but of course I had to research things a little bit and make sure that it was safe to bring the community in, of course. And I'm sure you understand that. So, and I do feel confident to tell the EverGreenCoin community now that it is a safe investment. Your work is very honorable and very much in line with everything that EverGreenCoin stands for. So it's very excited about the partnership we're forming with IEO. So that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And of that $1,500 that he needs raised, there will be, I believe he said 2 solar installs that will be coming for some veterans in their home. And I'm just reading what he's saying here in the group chat. Yeah, no offense. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I'm not looking into your private affairs or anything by any means. Just looking at the business. Your business and everything. Of course. Of course, I respect your privacy as much as mine, if not more. Really. Yeah, so they'll be doing. Yeah, I'm just reading in the group chat here. That will give them the funding to do 2 small systems. And from what I read on Facebook, there are 2, I believe, elderly veterans that would be getting the solar installs. So that's absolutely awesome. Bo, I'm sure you probably can appreciate that as much as anyone, of course. Yeah. Okay. Great. So that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. So yeah, I think we can do that. I know I'll be personally donating to that crowdfund myself. A fairly large chunk, I would say. So I do feel confident we can do that. I think you said, what did you say? The October 15th is the close of your quarter, right? I mean, there's not a great deal of time, but I believe there is enough time. I think there's only 2 weeks. Yeah, 15th. Okay. Yeah. So we got 2 weeks, roughly 2 weeks, and I'm sure we can do that. I'm sure that the EverGreenCoin community is very generous. Many of them should be realizing some very large profits as of late, and I'm sure if I ask them to slide a small portion of their profit towards this, I believe they certainly will. So that's awesome. And the exposure that EverGreenCoin will get, James mentioned his local newspaper is going to be doing a story about it. He will get EverGreenCoin mentioned in that story, or in that article rather, I'm sorry. So that would be some great exposure. Of course, I'll be very eager. I don't get any newspapers from Pennsylvania myself, James, so you're going to have to share that information with us once it's done. Yeah, yeah, awesome. So yeah, any information I get from James, of course, I'll relay that to the community. And Bo has a question. Okay, hooking up a solar staker to that install. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, of course, we should be able to, yes. I mean, there should be no reason why we couldn't. And it shouldn't be a big drain on those. Right. Yeah, so if the whole house, if the whole house is powered, they can just run it on their computer because, it's solar powered. But yeah, that's a good point, Bo. That's a good idea. But technically, if their whole house is solar powered, they can run it on their computer or their desktop computer. Technically, I guess. But yeah, there's I guess a host of ideas that might come from that. Yeah, there is I mean, Bo is a veteran himself. And we do have a few other veterans from here in the states. We do have veterans from other countries in the EverGreenCoin community too. So of course, while we might not like the ideas of war and things like that, uh, of course we respect the veterans for all their service and everything. We can differentiate the veteran from the inhumane orders that. Sure, sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, we were definitely not just about helping veterans specifically, of course, but uh, yeah. But yeah, there is a lot of potential there for promotion or ideas. So we'll have to brainstorm on that a little bit there more. But that is a good idea there, Bo. So thank you for bringing that up. Okay, okay. So the shareholders did vote. Okay, and I did take part in that vote. And take no offense, Bo, but I did not vote for the veteran. I voted to help small businesses. But I knew my vote was going to lose anyway because I could see the results from the vote prior to voting. But I felt small businesses should at least get one vote. So, so I was kind of a mercy vote or a pity vote maybe. But, but that was not to say that I don't want to help veterans, of course. Yeah, there was a vote. Okay, you can vote for him more than once. So there is a vote on Facebook for the shareholders. And that vote is only open to shareholders, correct, James? Yeah, you must be a shareholder. Okay. So I guess yeah, so I voted for the small business, but I could see that they weren't going to win the vote anyway. But that said, a lot of veterans are small business owners, of course. So I guess I voted for small business out of the grassroots type effort or the grassroots mentality, you know. So that's exciting stuff going on there too. So this is awesome. I mean, it's awesome to see Evergreen Coin. I mean, this year has been absolutely amazing for Evergreen Coins so far, and we still got a whole quarter going. So exciting stuff. All right. Okay. Bo, anything you want to get in the recording that I haven't said or anything? Or Joe, anything that I forgot about or anything?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, I didn't hear that, Joe. I'm sorry.
I can't think of anything right this second.
Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, I don't have anything either.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I will be remaining in the Hangout in case anyone shows up late or anything like that, or if there's anything that people wanted to talk to me about off the record, if you will. I will be sticking around. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now. I've got everything in here that anyone might need to see in the recording, I believe. So thanks for watching, everyone. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe and all that stuff. I do not monetize my YouTube, so you don't need to subscribe if you don't want to, but it's a good way to be at least notified about these Hangouts. Oh, one thing I did want to get in the recording. I'm sorry. It is getting ready for harvest. I do have a lot of combining to do over the next month or two, so I might need to move around or cancel a meeting. This is right in the middle of the weekend. This is right in the middle of the day, right in the middle of the weekend. During the weekend is when I usually get the most help for any of the combining, or when my brothers and everything are all able to help for the combine. So I may have to move or cancel one or two. I hope I can not do that, but it is a very good chance that I'll have to cancel a meeting or two for the combining of soybeans and corn over the next few weeks. So I just want to let people know about that. That I might have to do that, but it's my livelihood type deal, so I have to. So. Okay, so I just wanted to get that in a recording, let the community, I don't want that to surprise up, or to sneak up. So, okay, alright, thanks for watching, and, of course, you guys all know how to get a hold of me, so please do if you have any comments or questions. Right, you'll help with billing. Hey, well, I've got most of the hay. I don't think we're going to get another cutting in this year, actually. We just finished that last week. It doesn't look like we're getting another cutting in this year, so. but I'll remember that next year, so. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to go and stop the recording. Take care.